Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm 𝐒𝐻 and this is 𝐒𝐻's Crafty World. In today's video, we are setting up a simple beginner-friendly bullet journal. I recently started this series after setting up a travel size journal for a friend of mine, and in her travel size journal she has a bullet journal insert. So the sizing is a lot smaller than your average bullet journal size, and it's a lot simpler as well. I know a lot of people don't quite like the intricate bullet journals that are out there these days. I'm guilty of having one of those. So this is a simpler version and a lot easier for not only beginners but anyone who prefers a more basic setup. So without further ado, let's jump into August's setup. The theme for this month is traveling, so I'm starting by using my Sakura Pigma Micron pen. I prefer using these pens because they're really quick to dry, they don't bleed through the pages, and they are really good for not smudging. So the reason this setup is classified as a pretty simple setup is because I'm mainly going to be using a pen. Later on, I'll be including a few markers just to bring some color into the pages, but again, that is optional. I love drawing, but I'm not someone that can draw from memory, and I know a lot of people are the same. So for these doodles, I went on Pinterest and I looked up little paper plane doodles, and that is where I got these from. Firstly, I just went in and sketched them all out in pencil lightly so that I can use the pen and just trace over those lines. Don't worry, as always, I will be including everything that I use in this setup in the description down below. And if you're new here and you like this content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you see more of my content. To create a little bit of dimension within the lettering, just to kind of make it stand out a little bit, I drew little lines, which is called hatching, and to make it look a lot more clean, I tried to make sure that the spacing between the lines are about the same. You can use a ruler if you really want to, but I don't think it's necessary. For me, the faster I did it, the more accurate the lines were. Now to bring in some color, I'm using this MILKLINER, which is basically a knockoff of the mild liners, the less expensive version, and they're really good. I've had these for years at this point and they still haven't dried out, and it gives a nice light wash of color. And that's it for the cover page. Very simple, very easy to do. Let's move on to the 1 line a day spread. Now, 1 line a day is a simple journaling method where you write just one sentence or a short line for each day to capture a memory, a thought, or a highlight. It can also be used for planning your month. So you could include important dates on this list, including birthdays or holidays, so that you can space out your planning for the rest of the month. For the title of this spread, I'm using the exact same font that I used on the cover page with the exact same hatching, and I'm doing this because having the headings for each one of your spreads in one setup be the same kind of creates continuity and it makes everything look uniform. Now, I know I said I would mainly use pens and markers, but I couldn't resist putting in a little bit of washi tape. I love my washi tape, but obviously this is not a necessity. You don't have to do it. If you have some washi tape or tape that you really like, you can include that, or you could just draw some lines. The washi tape that I used is white with black lines, and you could technically just draw that. I placed the washi tape at the end of the page because I felt like it creates a little bit of a border to the end of the page and makes the page look a little bit more complete, if that makes sense. Next to the 1 line a day page is a planning page. This is what I would call a dashboard. It has most of the things that you need for planning the month, as well as a few trackers to help you keep on top of things during the month. So I started with a to-do, all of your to-dos for the month. You can use this for work if there's some things you need to do for work, or you can use it for anything that you need to do around the house to remind you to go shopping, or maybe if you're a student, a project that you need to get done. Then the second box is for your goals. Now this is a lot more personal, depending on you. Could be getting to the gym 3 times a week, or you want to try and read a lot more this month. It all depends on you and your personal goals. The next one is also something I use a lot in my bullet journal, which is important dates. It's nice to have a place where you can write down birthdays, because I'm terrible at remembering dates, and having a section where I can make sure I write down everyone's birthday in that month, maybe an anniversary that's coming up, any important dates in your life. The last section on this dashboard is a habit tracker. You could call this a habit tracker or a hobbies tracker. So how this works is I'm drawing a grid. Now on the left side, that is where you will write your hobby or your habit that you want to track, whether that's again going to the gym, reading, exercising, doing homework. I usually put in working, so I can tick off the days that I'm at work. And the rest of the grid is for each one of the dates. Now that the setup of these spreads are finished, I'm going in with that same milk marker to add pops of color to the headings, as well as add a little doodle to the 1 line a day page. I think the reason so many of us enjoy bullet journals and setting up your own planner and journal is because it's so customizable. For the person that I set up this journal, she loves tracking her workouts, no matter where she is in the world. So I'm adding a workouts tracker for her in this setup. But you could change this into any kind of tracker, whether it be a financial tracker, or you could do a master to-do list if you have a lot of things that you have to do every month. If you're a student, you can also change this into your schedule. But if you enjoy a workouts tracker as well, this is basically what I've done. I put down the first column, which is the dates. The second column is the description of the workout or any kind of physical activity, walking, cycling, running. Then if she is at the gym and she's using any weights, she can take note of that. Then she can track how many reps she does and how many sets of each she did. Just a little visit from Yen. Of course, Yennefer will never leave me alone while I'm journaling. She loves to chew my pens and thinks that if I'm writing something, anything, I must be playing with her. And there you have it. That is the end of the setup. The rest of the pages are for kind of diary pages where she can just write a little bit more of what's happening during the month. If she has any other trackers that she wants to include, there are some open pages for her to do so. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and let me know what you think. If you'd like to see more of these super simple beginner friendly setups, be sure to hit the subscribe button and follow along. I'll throw these in their own playlist so you can go and check out all of the setups for some ideas and inspiration. And as always, I hope that you have a very crafty day.